Good morning. Keep joining.
बंदिया रे बंदिया बंदिया रे बंदिया राह पे चल बंदिया बंदिया रे बंदिया बंदिया रे बंदिया राह पे चल बंदिया रुक जा रे बंदिया ये रात जरा सी है बात समझ बंदिया कुछ देर ही बाकी है रख यकीन आँखों से बादल आज हट जाएगा चाँद तेरी आँखों में बंदिया चल के आएगा
Very good morning to all of you. No, one trend is coming now. That is when I say I'm taking most of the classes live, then live very few students are there. Those who join, they say, oh, these many students. But then recently I recorded CMA Inter Taxation also. Recently means 1 month back, 1st of May only. I took that live class. Few students were there, then more than 600 students watched it. So I think I'm not matching the timing of you all students. Maybe it's absolutely okay. Some of you are preparing some other subjects, and then when you are preparing costing, you want to check this. So it's absolutely fine. Important is that you take benefit of these concepts, what are taught to you, when you trust it. Okay, along with the very to the point MCQ solving for CMA Inter, today we are together to solve the costing MTP of June 24 exam. I know I'm a little late, like if you ask DT, it was over in May, but then there were some offline classes, some custom and all the classes scheduled. Okay, I hope you all are utilizing the DT compiler, which is given to you free copy in Telegram, which is having all the booster notes, question answer for upcoming September, December, all 24 exams. So DT and GST and custom, there's a separate compiler. All copies are available in the Telegram. Whatever, like today I'm taking this copy is also available. And along with this, all the videos are there. Fast track 25 quality good videos with concept, with question answers are there for DT, then for GST, and very quick 4 lectures put together 7 hours are there for customs. Okay, to the point what is required. Many things in custom which is most important, I have repeated. Okay, so do take the benefit of that. Hello all of you, those who are live with us. I know there has to be some time maintenance. क्यों ऐसा होता है? अगर ये बात है तो इसको भी ओवरटेक करेंगे. चलो, right now you all are preparing super well for upcoming CMA exam, and hardly 10-12 days are left, right? Very important is daily give yourself test. If you feel, so many of you are asking, ma'am, I'm working very hard, but whatever I'm learning, I'm forgetting. If that is the case with you, of course, as a teacher, I would recommend you to solve 1 3 hours paper. Maybe उसमें से कुछ नहीं आएगा, but that will build in confidence. And most important is to self-correct it immediately after solving any past exam paper. That's one thing, and very common said by teachers. I'm saying something different. What I'm saying is, suppose today you have studied marginal costing, and you have studied, say, a smaller topic, costing theory, basic, cost reduction, cost control. Can you pick up any past exams, MTP, past exam papers, and marginal costing 7 marks question asked? स्टॉप वॉच लगा के 7 मिनट्स में सॉल्व करो और सेल्फ चेक करो. क्या ये कर सकते हैं हम? क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू? So from now till exam, and this works for DT, IDT, law, whatever is your topic. Say, suppose you have studied Sale of Goods Act and law, that only topic, whatever you have studied, one question for 4 marks, 6 marks, asked in final exam, write it with stopwatch, self-corrected, that will keep you motivated. Rest, all other queries related ki kaise padhe, kya kare, we all are quite active in our Telegram and WhatsApp group. Just click the picture and send me. Will surely help you in all the best ways. Okay, one more thing, the whole costing concept put together in 20 pages. I have made a booster note. What are that booster notes is? It's a material wherein all the formulas and all the gist of all the chapters, when you prepare integrated ledgers, what should be the hierarchy, stores ledger, direct wages, in all that in a compact way to revise one day before exam is given. So those booster notes, again, I'll put the link today in Telegram. Take a printout, and 2.5 hours, one marathon is there, which will revise all your concepts. Okay? क्या चाहिए और बोलो चलो. And of course, for the upcoming September and December attempt, costing practice batch. I'm not calling it fast track because I don't understand fast teaching. Watch my any DT video in YouTube also. You will see while I'm teaching concept, it's like very slow in regular class. But अपने आप problems करते वक्त you develop good speed. So please let be known to September attempt, CA students, December attempt, CMA students, जो भी हैं, costing, it's not live in YouTube for sure. Some of them are like, मैम आप 2-3 क्लास लोगे फिर आप कर दोगे ना हमारे लिए. नहीं बेटा, हर बार पॉसिबल नहीं है. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, few things I need not say here, but it is going to be in Zoom, and recording will be available in Concept Classes app as backup for you to watch 2 times more other than attending live. और लाइव करके तो देखो, a different kind of discipline, daily motivation, daily lively learning, two-way answering, many things you will enjoy. Okay, so see that you pass on this poster also to your friends. Okay, are you aware about the paper pattern of the costing? Yes, comment. Are you aware about the paper pattern? माइंडसेट शुड बी क्लियर कि एग्जाम बहुत इजी है. मैम आप सबके लिए ऐसे बोलते हो? नहीं बेटा, मैं नहीं बोलती हूँ. डीटी, आईडीटी, कस्टम्स इज इजी बट इट इज वास्ट. इतने रेट्स, इतने सेक्शंस, इतने फॉर्मेट्स याद करना है. Compared to that, costing is fixed and few things are cemented. They come in every exam. Calculate the EOQ, and at EOQ this is the ordering and carrying cost. At other lot size this is. जब मालूम है, हर बार आता है, तो you have to choose it very nicely, right? Going by your paper pattern once, 2 minutes, so that the mindset is clear. So this is the costing MCQ MTP we are solving for the June 2024 exam. Yeah, please don't ask me what is important, क्योंकि हर topic cover कर रहे हैं, इतना choice दे रहे हैं. Now it is upon you that you want to take that risk and leave off the cost accounting standards. Then how will you manage if it comes in MCQs also, है ना? Right? And then it comes in the theory questions also. So right now, very quickly, we have section 1, or you call it as section A, which has 15 questions or MCQs of 2 marks each. That makes it 30 marks MCQs. I've already taken one separate session for the MCQs of, what do you call it as? MCQs of DT. वो हमने कर लिया है. If you want to do it for costing also, message you. Nitya, surely I'll answer, but I am in the costing way. So can you be there with me till the end? Costing is also important, and I'll help you how to revise law. Law is not my core subject, but I can understand and feel as how I struggled in law and what are the best ways. I'll surely recommend. Okay, right. Going to section B, but अभी नहीं बेटा, अभी हम costing का MTP अच्छे से कर लेते हैं, right? Section B. अच्छा, these MCQs is going to cover all your chapters. Like one is going to be from operating costing, one is going to be CAS का नाम, One is going to be marginal, one is all types of costings are covered. Okay, right. Section B, you have to solve any 5 questions of 14 marks each. That makes it 70 marks. Now here in the section B, you have question 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 5 questions you have to solve out of 7. So question number 2 to 8 may any 5 questions. Now in this any 5 questions, all the questions are 7 plus 7 marks. Sometimes one question like maybe cost sheet or like that, they can ask you for 14 marks. Okay, right. And always your question number 8 is theory. So ma'am, can I leave question number 8 in theory? Frankly speaking, zarat nahi hai. Itne repeated wohi. Either the objectives and scope of the CAS, one for the labor chapter, one from the spoilage and material chapter. Material, labor and basics. These are the topics in which theory questions are asked. And how the theory questions are always grouped is 4 plus 4 plus 5. Question number 8 is theory question. Distinguish short notes, advantages, features, and so on. All clear to all of you? Just a second. Huh? One minute, students. Have you already solved MTP? Some of you message me, or you are just revising it with me. One second, huh? Dear students. Okay. Thank you for waiting. So is the paper pattern clear to you? Now, dear students, tell me, what do you think? Should you start with MCQs? Yes, if you know them. And if you miss out, don't write anything in the question paper. Definitely, you can write in your answer sheet rough work for MCQs. Those who are writing CA CMA student, they know in CA exam you have case studies, right? Here you have rough work for MCQs. Okay, and there you can write pending is question number 9, 11. In MCQs, if something is tricky and you're not getting answer, don't struggle over a period, because you have to solve 100 marks paper, and for that you have 180 minutes. So every 1 mark you are having 1.8 minutes. So every 2 mark MCQ you can spare nearly 3 minutes, not more than that. You're getting what I'm saying? Hmm? Sometimes rather than struggling in calculator, if you put that MCQ, ma'am, can we do this? Yes, it is allowed. It's your answer sheet, 1 page, last or somewhere, do rough work for MCQ. मैम उसमें तो और टाइम जाएगा. नहीं जाएगा बेटा. आप जब लिख के करोगे ना EOQ का, अगर MCQ है 2AB by C and value, put the value. You do it rough work, no need of formatting. But this trick has really amazing feedback from the students, and all of them are saying that it's definitely very helpful. So hope this works for you also. Now, my suggestion is in question number 2 to question number 8. Say if you know question number 5 very well. Quick questions are so easy. When I do the MTP, I'll build up that mindset. Okay, one, they have asked you to reconcile the costing and financial. And with this, they have asked marginal costing simple problem. Calculate the PVR and break-even point. So if you know something very well and if you do it in the first 1 hour, that will help you to get grip ki chalo 35-40 marks hamara ho gaya and we are going to clear this paper. Now it's the time to go in the scoring part and get for yourself 82, 87, 88. These are the marks of my students. From years I'm teaching and I'm not putting that photographer. Ab hum testimonial. As a teacher after 20 years, I'm realizing that yeah, testimonials are important. Not for me. I know what I teach so that I get a good sleep. But then students are asking. So now I have been asking students that if you really like this video, like it, subscribe it till exam, because all the sessions are always live. Literally, my nephew, he's helping me for the thumbnails and all. He says me, Masi, why do you record it? Just record it at your convenient time, give it to me. I'll upload it in between. I'll put all subscribe and all. I said, no. That tempo is so beautiful when you take these classes live with the students, and there is no escape for me also. So I feel I outperform when I take live classes. This is my thinking. Okay. So are you okay that in the first hour? Yeah, 2 minutes, sorry. We got little here there. So in the first hour, whatever you know best you can do. In the second hour, I would prefer you to do MCQs. Ekdam pehle bhi nahi, ekdam last mein nahi. And in the third hour, you can do, you feel little tricky, but you can manage. One line, just take it as a blessing for me for costing exam. Put the things on paper. See, we study account, single entry, partnership. There's a format till dissolution. I teach you DT. There's a format. Gross salary, less this, less this. Always there's a format. From first problem to 27th problem of house property, we are following format. Costing में कभी कभी ऐसे नहीं होता है. You're confused कि मैम एग्जाम में 3 कॉलम बनाए 4 कॉलम बनाए. My only suggestion to all of you is put the things on paper. Spam whatever data you're feeling, just go on writing. Okay, D is this much, B is this much, annual demand. Put it on paper and you get step marks. The things will strike to you and you will work super duper well. Okay, right. Chale saath mein. Yeah, I hope this was helpful. I took little more time. Chalo. Same thing we will do. We are not going by the MCQs. I feel either you can do MCQs in the very first hour or second hour. My suggestion is to do in the second hour. All of you who are live, I have already sent this in the Telegram. Hope you all have a printout. बेटा मैं रोज बोलती हूँ जो चीज पढ़ो टेबल पे रखो. When you are tired also, sorry, video was up. When you are tired also, if the things are on your table, you will pick up something और कुछ तो पढ़ लोगे आप extra. Today you have planned 8 hours, you have studied 8 hours. Maybe now you are relaxing on your couch. At least if you have on table past 2 attempt MCQs or MTPs or something, you will pick up and just read it like a newspaper. So you know, as a chewing gum, you have to stretch yourself and you all can do it. Okay. Now see, any 5 questions out of 7. Any 5 questions out of 7 you have to do. Each question is of 14 marks. Okay. So now let us start with this one. MNQ Limited LLP submits the following information on 31st March 2024 based on the given data. Okay. Sales, inventory, purchase का material का inventory, finished goods का inventory, labor, factory overhead. What is going on in your mind? You have to prepare a cost sheet. Simple cost sheet you have to prepare for 7 marks. Does this come in every exam? Answer is yes. So can we prepare it now? Okay, there are 2 ways. First, I thought I discussed with many of you in our WhatsApp group also that shall we solve each and everything in the notebook and then check up the answer? It will take time. It will take at least 3 to 4 hours time, and considering the time constraint for your exam also, can we check this? Yes. I'm just doing it in a way coming 10-15 minutes. Please give an honest feedback if this is okay or you want to solve everything in notebook. अब देखो जैसे सेल सबसे पहले दिया है, but always we start with what? Opening stock of raw material. That is how much? 3,000. ये रहा. Then purchases of raw material 1,10,000. Then closing stock of raw material 4,000. This will give you raw material consumed. I hope you all remember the format of the cost sheet and promise me that you will once definitely take a printout of 20 pages costing booster notes immediately after the class. I'll put it in the telegram. ठीक है? Right? So how much you all are getting? Purchase related expenses are not there. So 1,09,000 is the raw material consumed. We have used these figures. Add to it direct labor. Add to it direct expenses, which is not there. Now what you get is called as prime cost. This we can do the calculation orally, and please have your calculator. You can also answer it. Sure. ठीक है, ये क्वेश्चन के बाद पहले एमसीक्यू करते हैं. सम ऑफ यू आर मोर एक्साइटेड फॉर एमसीक्यू. श्योर, विल डू दैट. चलो, 1,74,000 क्या है बेटा आपका? प्राइम कॉस्ट. इन प्राइम कॉस्ट एड फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड 60% ऑफ द लेबर. सो 65,000 का 60%, दैट इज 39,000 is the factory overhead. Now what you get is called as works cost. 1,74,000 and 39,000. This is the works cost. In that add opening work in progress. ये रहा 4,000 minus the closing work in progress 6,000. Okay, so 2,11,000. This 2,11,000 is again your works cost after adding and deducting the work in progress. 2,11,000. Now add 2,11,000 में works cost आ गया. Next comes administrative overhead. Okay, that is 5% of sales, and sales is given. So can we calculate 2,75,000 sales ka 5% is your administrative overhead. Once you add administrative overhead, we get cost of the production. Are you also doing with me? साथ साथ में नोटबुक रखो, और आपके पास भी अगर ये शीट है तो it's appreciated. Cost of the production. Now add to it opening finished goods 7,000. क्लोजिंग फिनिश गुड्स 8,000. 1000 माइनस कर दो. 223,750 is your cost of the goods sold. COGS, cost of production. Add opening inventory minus closing inventory, you are getting COGS. Now add selling overhead, which is 27,500, 10% of the sales. So 223,750 plus 27,500, 251,250. Done. And sales is already given to you. 2,75,000. 2,75,000 sale is given. Very easy, very easy. And 251,250. 23,750 is your profit. 23,750 is your profit. I'm not going to notebook and solving so that you have attention in what figures we are writing. How many of you are clear? Please write all clear. All clear तो लिख दो, AC तो लिख दो. समझ में आ रहा है? Promise if this comes for 7 marks cost sheet you will do. Okay, because I said I will learn the concept also. Can we add on one more thing to that, beta? In this, they can give you units also. Like 10,000 units are produced, 1,000 are in there and 4,000 matlab units mein. So along with this, you will make in the inner column one more column for the per unit and the number of units also as you're working. Thank you. All clear to all of you? Chalo. Next, now second question for 7 marks. I feel you should start with cost sheet. As it is, I think most of the teachers, including me, after teaching basics of costing, I never do material labor over it. I always start with the cost sheet. That builds a very good confidence also. Chalo. Anil Limited buys its annual requirement. देखो मैंने बोला था ना आपको, this question comes mandatorily in the exam. हाँ, तो इसको अच्छे से solve करेंगे. 36,000 in 6 installment. Okay. So every time how much units they are making? 36,000 in 6. मतलब 6,000 units they are buying. Each unit is 1 rupee. Ordering cost B is equal to 25. A annual requirement 36,000. Inventory carrying cost is 20% of 1. 1 ka 20% is 0.2. I know that you know it, but write it because you have to write 3 hours of exam. तो अभी भी अगर आप बैठ के सिर्फ सुन रहे हो कि दीप्ति मैम विल कैलकुलेट, दीप्ति मैम विल राइट, so Dipti ma'am has cleared CA final in 1999. Now it's your turn. So trust my process. थोड़ा सा अगर लग रहा है मैं जोर से बोल रही हूँ, डांट रही हूँ, तो खा लो डांट, chew करके खा लो. Write it means write it. A is annual requirement. Ordering cost. Carrying cost is 1 rupee ka 20%. Can we first calculate the EOU? Under root 2 AB by C. The same applies beta for economic batch quantity also. Setup cost and all. Yeah, you can give answer faster than me, ma'am. आप तो बातें कर रहे हैं, मैंने तो calculate कर लिया. Into 36,000 into 25 divide by 0.2. हाँ करके देखो. 2 into 36,000 AB into 25 divide by 0.2 और ये whole को under root करना है. So it's coming 3,000 units. Determine how much money can be saved at EOQ. This is beta a lot size problem. At EOQ, if you buy 3,000, what will be your ordering cost and carrying cost? Or if you buy 6,000. See, right now 36,000 they are buying in 6 installments. So 6,000. तो फिर कितना cost होगा? I hope everyone remembers that EOQ ordering cost is equal to carrying cost and it is least. Ma'am, you are revising all the formulas and format. That's what MTP solving should be. Self MTP, you all are smarter. Take a printout, solve it as answer. But we are building the mindset for final exam. So ordering cost and carrying cost are always equal and least at EOQ. ठीक है? Okay. What is ordering cost? कितने order देने हैं? A by Q into B. Ma'am, what is this? A. A is your annual requirement, 36,000. At a time, you are ordering 3,000 units here. And तो कितने order होंगे? EOQ is 3,000 ना बेटा. तो 36,000 divided by 3,000. That gives you 12 orders. And each time your ordering cost is 25. So this is 300. What is your carrying cost? Any time you will have Q by 2 in your go down. 3,000 units will be there in your go down. Q by 2 into C. Some of you have not studied with me, so you may not know the formula. You do with your logic. But I feel this logic also works. Ki any time I will have Q by 2 in my go down. What is Q? 3,000. Divide by 2. See, every time I buy 3,000 units, then 3,000 units. So average 3,000 divided by 2 will always be there in my go down into C. What is C? Carrying cost. अभी हमने calculate किया था ना, 0.2. So 3000 divided by 2 into 0.2. My carrying cost. Did I say you the same thing at EOQ? Ma'am, आप 4 बार क्यों बात repeat कर रहे हैं? Because this will come in MCQ and I want you to score 2 out of 2. Ordering cost is equal to carrying cost is equal to least cost at EOQ. फिर से एक बार, एग्जाम में you might do silly mistake in accounts costing because it's calculation बेटा, but what is very important is blunder नहीं करना. At EOQ, ordering cost is equal to carrying cost and least. Okay, instead of 6,000, 3,000, if you order 6,000 units at a time, 36,000 divided by 6. How many orders you are placing? 6 orders. Here it was 12 orders into 25. Please give a feedback कि ऐसे hodgepodge तो नहीं लग रहा है ना, आप लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है ना? Why I am doing here is so that I can use the data. Otherwise, it was easy for me to shift to the notebook and do. See, when you do good in the class, you feel you should be recognized. Same way a teacher is feeling, I know I'm teaching fine, but if it is clear and if you respond all clear or not clear, it's really more good. Chalo, 36,000 divide by, good morning all of you, those who are joining now and saying good morning. Sabko achhi wali morning. 150. Now, if I have 6,000 units in my godown, what is 6,000 beta? Q. Divide by 2. And carrying cost is 0.2. So, anytime I am having 3,000 units in my godown, I hope you are getting, instead of 3,000, if you buy 6,000 units, your ordering cost is less because number of orders will reduce, but your carrying cost will go. अगर 3000 की जगह 1000 यूनिट ही मंगाए तो ऑर्डरिंग कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगा, कैरिंग कॉस्ट. सो दिस गोज लाइक दिस. सो व्हाट इज योर टोटल कॉस्ट हियर बेटा? आज ना पेन को मैंने चार्ज नहीं किया सुबह, तो थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ हो रहा है. ठीक है. Here your ordering and carrying cost is 600 and here your ordering and carrying cost is 750. So they have asked you how much you will save instead of 6,000. What is their policy? If they order 3,000, you will be saving 150. Sure. I'll take a separate class, not now. अभी इसको पहले MTP solve कर लेते. It's a very good suggestion that you are saying, ma'am, can you help us in costing theory, how to prepare? Sure. Definitely, the questions are so much repeated also. तो पूरे costing theory का एक अलग एक 15 पेज का बना के कर लेंगे उसको पक्का. But promise me, if I help you for theory, you will write and check. Huh, ma'am, I know that question comes always. What are the essential requirements of integrated cost accounting system? Every second exam. But then are you answering it? Right, I'm to saying 5-10 minutes ka test do roj. Kabhi aapka confidence niche nahi jayega beta. Nitya, thank you beta. And if I miss out, all of you have my number. And this is especially for Nitya because you are repeatedly asking me how to prepare for theory. And I really want to help you. 9290065156. You give a WhatsApp message on this. My team will arrange a call with you and we can talk one-on-one and I can help you. Okay? Right. Thank you. चलो ये लिखा सबने. मैम आपने बहुत ज्यादा टाइम ले लिया 7 मार्क के क्वेश्चन के लिए because this comes every exam. See, you go to have dinner, you eat anything, but if there is pani puri, you're not going to miss. You may not have the main course, but if there are desserts, ice cream, cakes, you're not going to miss. Like that in the 3 hours of exam. Ma'am, what the paper setter will set in paper? EOQ. It's like mandatory question on EOQ and lot size. So do it and be confident that देखते से एक अच्छी सी smile आ जानी चाहिए and do it first in the exam. अरे हमने आंसर तो देखा ही नहीं. We did it. Yes, is our answer right? Yeah, they have added the purchase cost also. I did only the ordering and the carrying cost. Yeah, the reason why you should add the purchase cost is sometimes instead of 3,000, if you buy 6,000 units, they might give you a discount in the purchase price. Yeah, please remember if the purchase cost changes, the carrying cost also changes. See, but only thing I feel in this suggested is the ये देखो ये 600 300 कैसे आया वर्किंग फिर यहाँ पे किया. So if your the purchase cost changes and discount, your carrying cost will also change, and they have not given this working, but you should write the working in the final exam. Is this clear to all of you? Yes, right. Thank you. Chalo. So tell me, how is your mindset? Will you start in the first hour with question number 2 हो गया? हाँ, 14 into एक 3-4 भी question कर लिए ना आपने, तो आपका मतलब 14 into 3. Can we say 3 questions you will do in 1 hour? You have to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. इसमें से कोई भी 5 क्वेश्चन करने हैं ना, तो समझो 2 या 3 क्वेश्चन भी आपने फर्स्ट आवर में कर लिए, so you have covered up your passing marks. Then in the second hour, go and do the MCQs. And there is no ego fight with the exam. बेटा एक MCQ नहीं आया तो कहीं पे लिख लो रफ वर्क में MCQ 8 and 11 pending over. Okay. Now shall we continue now or shall we go to the MCQs? Question answer कर लें पहले. चलो. A manufacturing unit produces two products X and Y. Following information is furnished. Okay, right. Manufacturing unit is producing X and Y. Following information is furnished. Units produced are given to you. Units sold are given to you. Machine hours, design hours, software development charges. This is related to overhead. Okay. Royalty is paid 54,000, 2 per unit for sold, and royalty is also paid on units produced, 1 per unit. Okay, right. How many units are produced X or Y मिला के 35,000. How many units are sold? 27,000 into 2 and 35,000. Are you getting what I'm reading? Higher charges are given. Compute the direct expenses. Okay. When we know that whenever we are making product, we have raw material, which is like EOQ. We have labor that is like Rowan and Hansi. And we have overheads. So overheads में direct expenses are there and indirect. So this is a question of direct expense. I did this because इसको मैंने बहुत solve किया क्योंकि यहाँ पे working was missing in this suggested answer. This they have already given very nicely. We can directly check it. What is the royalty paid on sales? 2 per unit. What is the royalty paid on produce? This. Now, next they have asked is higher charges. So higher charges are of equipment used in the manufacturing process. Higher charges of the equipment which is used in the manufacturing process is 5,000. Okay. And compute the direct expenses. Other than this, all the other expenses are given to you. How much is given to you? Machine hours are given. Designing charges directly दे दिया आपको. Software charges directly दे दिया है आपको. Higher charges, they have clearly said in the question that they have given only for X. So, okay, we will take it in the X. I think this was like how much time we took. Mindset clear है या नहीं कि 7 marks को कहीं पे 5 minutes लगेंगे, कहीं 7 mark को 8 minute लगेंगे, average हो जाएगा. See, this was like copying and doing. Only thing I felt was that if 20,000 units are produced and 15,000 are sold, for 5,000 units, they have not done any adjustment for the closing stock because they have just asked us to calculate the direct expenses. हो गया. Ma'am, it was nothing like from the question paper you have copied. एग्जाम में कुछ नहीं समझ में आया. देखो यहाँ मेरी बात ध्यान से, हिंदी में अगेन इंग्लिश में. लिसन टू मी केयरफुली. इफ यू फील दिस इज अ हेवेयर क्वेश्चन, अभी इट इज लुकिंग वेरी इजी, एग्जाम में इज दिस फ्रॉम ओवर इट, फॉरगेट इट. 3 hours ऑफ कॉस्टिंग पेपर कॉम्बोज का जमाना है. सबको बर्गर के साथ कोक चाहिए, बड़ा पाव के साथ लस्सी चाहिए, कुछ भी पूछ सकते हैं. माइंड सेट इज दिस इज द डेटा, दिस इज माई आंसर शीट, फ्लो द पेन. At least copy the figures, know what they have already given. Designing charges, x का इतना है, y का इतना है, इसका इतना है. You can copy. Got it, all of you? It was overly easy question. Chalo, next now. Earlier exam, all the MTPs are solved in a separate playlist, so you can check it up over there. Next question we will go. Yeah. Okay, this is one of my favorite topic. Either they will ask you to write journal entries, or they will ask you to make ledgers, or they will give you the reconciliation. 80% chances of getting reconciliation question or MCQ, looking at your past exam trend. Now, prepare and pass journal entries. Okay, so only limited journal entries are there. For this, you all know from stores ledger, the material will go in work in progress. From work in progress, whatever is ready will go to finished goods. From finished goods, whatever is sold will go to the cost of the sales. In the booster notes, I have given you the hierarchy beta, how this will be cleared. So, work in progress, finished goods, cost of the sales. Okay, right. Now, work factory overhead is always absorbed in work in progress. Administrative overhead always absorbed in finished goods. Selling expense is always absorbed in cost of the sales. Is this clear to you? I'm building up your mindset so that when you go to journal entry, you can do it. And now this, we can read and pass the journal entries. Issue of material. So whenever material is going out, stores direct material. Okay. Direct material will go to the work in progress. ये वाला. Indirect material will go to the factory overhead to stores ledger. This is your first entry. Again, direct wages will go to work in progress. Indirect wages will go to factory overhead to wages. Overhead absorbed in job. So factory overhead is always absorbed in work in progress. अभी मैंने आपको कराया 3 promises. If you say, ma'am, this is like a prayer, this is like a poem, be mad for your studies, be mad for your result, so that you get your degree, you work super well, super hard, and have an amazing life for yourself, your family, your parents. समझ में आ रहा है आप सबको? हाँ, तो इसको enjoy करो कि work in factory overhead is always absorbed in work in progress. So work in progress to factory overhead. Administrative overhead is always absorbed in finished goods. So finished goods debit, factory overhead credit. Selling overhead is always absorbed in. See, when ma'am इसमें कुछ तो missing है. हाँ, missing है. This is not a 14 marks question. We have solved 14 marks question in our practice batch. But ये कैसा है? Selling overhead is already incurred. Selling overhead account debit to GLA. Now selling overhead is absorbed in cost of sales. So cost of sales debit to selling overhead. Under over absorption. Okay. इसका treatment I'll say. Let us check this in notebook beta very quickly. Journal entries are there. Am I building up a mindset? फिर से एक बार बोलो sequence. मैम हो गया, समझ में आ गया? नहीं, अब लर्न करो. थोड़े जिद्दी हैं आज, तो पक्का जिद्दी मूड में हूँ. Even if I cannot hear your voice, but I'm 100% believing you're listening to me. इतना तो मुझे मालूम है कि दीप्ति मैम की बात बच्चे सुनते हैं एंड यू आर रिवाइजिंग विथ मी ओके मैम से चलो लेट अस स्टार्ट फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड इज ऑलवेज एब्सॉर्ब्ड इन work in progress. Work in progress is like your factory. Finished goods is always absorbed where, sorry, administrative overhead is always absorbed in finished goods. Selling overhead is always absorbed in cost of sales. Ma'am, is there a lot of link in the cost sheet and the integrated ledger? Yes. See, if you study like this, put things parallel. Cost sheet में भी तो I have told you the same format. Integration में we are doing left, right, zip, zap, zip, zap, zip, zap. Yes? चलो, see the entries. 5,50,000 क्या था बेटा आपका कौन सा मटेरियल था यार? Direct material is absorbed in work in progress, indirect in factory overhead. Yes? And material, indirect material. Same way, direct labor is absorbed in work in progress, indirect labor in factory overhead. ठीक है? Next, factory overhead is always absorbed in work in progress. Administrative overhead is always absorbed in finished goods. Selling overhead is always absorbed in cost of sales. Okay? Now, under over absorption, I want to teach thoda sa aaram se. देखो, what they said, factory overhead was over absorbed. कितना amount से? 20,000. Now in exam also, imagine yourself, this is your factory overhead. Factory overhead charged to GLA, General Ledger Adjustment Account, say 10,000. And then factory overhead is absorbed where? In work in progress. This factory overhead is over absorbed by 20,000. Surely this entry is 30,000. Are you getting? Factory overhead incurred. Factory overhead incurred on the debit side. Factory overhead absorbed in the credit side. Clear to all of you? Once again, I want to repeat. Factory overhead incurred on the debit side, 10,000. But factory overhead absorbed in work in progress on the credit side, 30,000. Oh, 20,000 over you have absorbed. So, again, factory overhead debit costing P&L. Under over absorption, 2-3 treatments are there, but one of the treatment is factory. Confusion कहाँ होता है पता है बेटा? Students lose the marks in journal entry. Ma'am, I wrote it correct यार, but I wrote costing P&L to factory overhead. So you have to place the things. जैसे कैरम चेस कोई भी गेम कैसे खेलते हैं? You have to place the things. Okay, factory overhead is absorbed 30,000. This it is over absorbed. So now to tally this, I have to debit factory overhead, credit. This way, if you study, it will take time initially, but later on it's going to be very easy. And now last one is administrative overhead. What did they said, beta, for administrative overhead? It is under absorbed. Administrative overhead is under absorbed. So administrative overhead tha 50,000. But when you absorbed it into finished goods, administrative overhead debit to GLA, General Ledger Adjustment Account and all, 50,000. Now when you absorbed it in your finished goods, it's 40,000. Oh, it's under absorbed. You can charge more or you can charge it in costing P&L. They have charged in costing. Nice, clear to all of you? Chalo. Just 2 seconds. No break is required. 1 hour, 15 minutes and the whole class will be done. Just 2 minutes. Thank you for waiting. Okay. Yeah. Now, next question, you have a choice. This is like types of costing. So, operating costing, and this is like contract costing. Operating और contract costing. ठीक है? चलो तो शुरू करते हैं अब इसको. Operating costing, always remember, be careful that you have to, operating costing is also a cost sheet, but it is for transporter or hospital or healthcare like that. So you have to be very careful कि you have to make it for 1 month or yearly या कैसे करना है. So for that, a transport service company is running 5 buses between 2 towns which are 50 kilometers apart. Sitting capacity of each bus is 50 and following particulars are obtained. You remember, because it's passenger, so you have to calculate the passenger kilometers. Agar goods rehte to ton kilometers. If it is hospital, then per patient, per room. So like this, the numerator denominator should be very clear. Okay, right. Chalo. Now, actually, they're always occupied 75%. Now, all the buses ran on all the days of the month. Each bus has one round trip going and coming. So, multiply by 2 we have to do. Calculate cost per passenger kilometer. Super easy problem. I'm literally saying अभी तक तो मुझे कुछ नहीं लगा. Only thing technical I feel from my point of view for teachers as well as for students is standard costing, because you have to remember the formula. And in labor thode baar they ask you tricky like, so this is like struggle in learning and doing in exam. So either leave it in choice, padhna hi mat chhod dena, you have to study for MCQs, but in exam you can leave in choice or you can do by practice. So simple cost sheet you have to prepare. So first we will calculate the passenger kilometers. So how many buses are there? 5 buses are there, right? So only what I'm calculating now is also asked for 2 marks in MCQs. 5 buses, 50 kilometers apart into 2. 50 kilometer jana, 50 ana. 50 passengers, 75% occupied. That's it. 5 into 50 into 2 into 50 into 75%. Okay, right. And this is for per day. How many days in a month it is operating? All the buses ran on all the days of month. So can we just take this whole data, because this is for April month. Means be careful. Sometimes in the exam they will say this data is for a year. So you have to take 365 days. If they say it is for a month, so you have to multiply by 30 days. And so your passenger kilometers are 562 500. This should be like a 3D 5D makeup of your answer sheet, cost sheet, and below that working note 1 passenger kilometer. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? Passenger kilometer. चलो अब can we divide all the expenses into fixed cost and into the, but सीधा भी मैम एक ऊपर नीचे लिखे तो एक आधा मार्क कट होगा, but you will get marks. Wages of the drivers and conductors, this is like fixed cost. Salary is fixed cost. Diesel and oil is like running and maintenance cost. Repairs is running and maintenance. Diesel ke liye they could have given per kilometer 3 rupees. So these many kilometers. So you have to calculate kilometers also. I'm just telling you extra. Taxation is fixed cost. Depreciation is fixed cost. And interest and other. So just do the total. It's very simple. So isko karne ki zarurat nahi hai. All these are fixed costs. They have done the total. Variable or running expenses में only 2 are there. Repairs and diesel, and they have done the total. Total cost you have got divided by kilometers you will get. इतना easy question है मैम, इससे तो double हम struggle करते हैं DT के पेपर में, GST के पेपर में है. This time also I did say in my practice batch, and in the May 24 CA exam exactly same kind of question came, 86B rule. ये क्या है, बार बार वो ही पूछते हैं जो दे गिव इट रिपीटेडली. Even for your exams, dear students, do the amendments very thoroughly. Separate lectures are there for the GST amendment and DT amendment, but questions are asked. Easy? Anyone wants to pause, or do you have a doubt, or shall we continue? You want a break, you let me know. If not, I'll to go on complete one stroke and over. Because now you want me to take up the theory questions and all, of course we need to spare time for all that also. Sure. Second question is, let us read it. Yeah. Contract account. Simple contract account. They have asked you to prepare. They have prepared in 3-4 parts. One part you can skip also. एक में ही फिर नीचे आप लिख सकते हैं. How much is your estimated profit and all. A contractor has undertaken a construction work at a price of 5 lakh and began the execution of the work, okay, on 1st January. In contract account, the silliest of mistake my class test paper correction experiences, please calculate depreciation and all carefully. So many times the contract is for 9 months. So if you miss out on that, it will be मार्क्स चले जाएंगे बेटा आपके. आधा घंटा और, that's it's 1 hour over, half an hour more and it will be done. चलो, a contractor has undertaken a construction work at a price of 5 lakh and began the execution of the work. The following are the particulars of the contract. Okay. Machinery, material, wages, direct expense, work certified, uncertified, wages outstanding, value of the machinery. Okay. 22,000. I think it's given reverse. How can be closing value more than this? Following are the particulars of contract up to December. Okay, correct. Value of the machinery on December 22. So this was opening and this was closing. ये गलत दिया है. I hope you are getting. This will be opening and this will be closing. So 8,000 will be depreciation. ठीक है, छोड़ो. Overhead, material return, work certified. Okay. It was decided that profit. Okay. How much profit you have to transfer to the contract account? This is a nice problem. I think we should do it here only. Allow me to write only the amounts. Up to particulars amount. T format you have to make. Start with directly your expenses. So opening machinery is 22 and closing is 30. Actually, it should be like opening is 30 and closing is 22. So we'll take depreciation 8,000. Material is 170. Ma'am, can we also write like you M in the exam? Nahi beta. Material you'll have to write full. I'm just writing it. Wages 148,750. Direct expenses 6,334. Work certified and uncertified यहाँ पे लिखते हैं like work in progress. Work certified and work uncertified is 9,000. Work uncertified is 9,000. Wages we can add here only. Outstanding wages and wages. Overheads 8,252. Material return on the credit side 1,098. Work certified 3,90,000. Cash received. Okay. And closing material. See, some material which has gone back is not used and some is still lying over there only, 3766. So this gives like how much material is consumed. Okay, done. And now they have asked you that 1/3 of the profit so arrived at should be regarded as provision, and 2/3 of the profit in the proportion of cash received by work certified should be taken. So first, can we get the notional profit? You all also calculate and put the answers no in the chat box. Are you getting a T format simple contract account? On the debit side, all the expenses along with outstanding and prepaid. Man, can they give you prepaid also? Yeah, you all have single entry non-trading concern in accounts. So, वहाँ का concept. And on the credit side, work certified, uncertified. Sometimes directly giving work certified, they give ki cash received ka itna percent hai. So you can calculate no work certified. And material return or material there still in sight, all should be credited. Chalo, let us calculate the notional profit. 8,000. You all also calculate and send me the answer, beta. कितना आ रहा है? How much you all are getting? Notional profit is coming to 56,450. And now they have said profit to be transferred to P&L account is 56,450 into 2/3 into cash received by work certificate. 56,450. Only this much can be asked in MCQs. I'm giving you little extra. Don't get scared. This is just to build your mindset. आ रहा है सबको? 34,738 will go to the P&L account and remaining will go to the carry forward work in progress. Okay. Anyone is having any doubt? Forget that the whole class is following. Those who are in Zoom, those who are in live in YouTube. आपको doubt है आप पूछो. If it is irrelevant, I'll say discuss with me later. Nice? Yes. Okay. Suppose in the exam they say this is second year. Can we have work in progress on the debit side? Can we have opening material on the side? Like this 3766 will become opening material. This work in progress will go here. So if they ask you to make it for second year, opening work in progress will come on the debit side. Material at site will come on the debit side. Clear to all of you? Right. चलो एक बार देखना है आपको आंसर देख सेम they did one step extra cost of construction and then I didn't calculate this I did it मतलब इतना पूरा हमने एक साथ कर ली चलो next I'm taking more time to solve because I'm not doing by choice I'm doing all the questions in a manufacturing the main product A yeah at the end we will do the MCQs in a manufacturing the product A company processes other materials also. Just give me 2 minutes time. Read the question on your own. Okay. Thank you that it's all clear. Thank you. Thank you. Chalo. So did you read the question, beta? Simple and joint product byproduct question it is. In a manufacturing, the main product a company processes two resulting waste material. Similar question we have done in class. That byproduct, if you get the cost as balancing figure, again you can do. But there are more steps here. Dekh lo ek baar. Using the reversal cost method of byproduct, create comparative P&L for all the three, the main product and the byproduct. These two are byproduct. So sales value is given, net profit on the sales is given, selling expenses is given, and separation cost is given. So reverse, if I tell you the mindset, selling price में से पहले profit निकाल दो, तो आपको तो cost of sales आएगा. In that, for BNC, selling expenses you remove. So you will get the and separation cost, separated cost also you remove. So automatically you will get joint cost. Like we do in NRV method. Selling price minus profit minus post separation expenses minus selling expenses. You will automatically get the joint cost. And total joint cost up to separation is 68,000. Now, what is the joint cost of B and C? Can you get from here? Yes. And you can continue. Followed all of you? Right. Chalo. So, this is question number 5A. इसको करते हैं 5A. देखो, same. I'll just do it for B and C, 16,000. Now, they gave profit as a percentage of sales. So, you got total cost. In total cost, they gave the selling expenses also. And they gave post-separation cost. So, you got the joint cost part for B and C. And total joint cost is 68,000. So, can you get the joint cost of A? Yes. Now, can you prepare straight सीधा वाला statement? Huh? How can you prepare? Joint cost. इसका 58 और इसका. Now after cost for other two is given. Selling expenses for all the three is given. See, for A also selling expenses is 20%. See, you have joint cost, you have after sales, so you have total cost and sales you will get profit. Simple. Like, I feel that when you are doing this, okay, the mindset when you are doing this is like you solve Sudoku. ऐसे भी 2 आना है, ऐसे भी. So that mindset is important. Are you getting? So maybe little different problem format in the exam, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. ठीक है? चलो. Okay, standard costing, so many of you are studying. So please remember, as a teacher, I teach CA students also, CMA, I take care कि जो आपको नहीं है वो unnecessary नहीं पढ़ना. Like CA students in labor, they have just Rowan and Halsey. You have Emerson's and other plan. Same way, when it is coming to standard costing, you just have variances for material and labor. So don't study the overhead and all the other variances. Excuse me, which they are having, you're not having it, beta. Chalo. So using the following information, calculate each of the three variances for department and XN. You can't calculate the efficiency and all because there is no mixed variance. So you have to calculate labor cost variance, labor price variance, and labor your quantity wala variance, the hours variance. Okay, right. So you have to calculate the labor cost variance, the rate variance, and the efficiency variance. Sorry, this is labor. So not quantity, efficiency. You can't calculate because there is no mix. So all other variances you cannot calculate. Okay? So simple now. Data they have given for X and Y. You can pick up any one and do it first. Or I would suggest to save time in the exam. they have done first for department Y, then for X. अगर आपको एग्जाम में टाइम सेव करना है क्योंकि 7 ही मार्क के लिए और थोड़ा सा this is like little bigger question compared, if they would have asked you the variances for only X or Y, then it would have been 5. 7 marks के लिए दोनों पूछे हैं, formula X and Y. You can start like this and then continue to. Okay, right. So what are your actual hours worked? Always you remember that standard wages is not standard hours into standard rate. This is a blunder. Standard hours into standard rate is a blunder. Always standard wages is for actual hours. Overhead is for actual output. So actual hours into standard rate will give you that. Huh? I know some of you like not interested in doing this problem. I'll just give you the base. बहुत easy है, कर पाओगे आप. Actual hours कितने हैं बेटा? 8,200. और rate कितना है आपका? Actual hours and actual rate. Standard hours into standard rate minus actual hours into actual rate. Okay. And third is actual hours into standard rate. So like this 3-column method we have studied 1, 2 and 3. 1 second, dear students. Yeah. So just do it for the X1, standard hours into standard rate and actual hours into actual rate. So directly actual wages ही दे दिया है. So that also you can write. So this is your labor cost variance. If standard is less and actual is more, negative is adverse, positive is favorable. Now labor rate variance. So rate variance में hours तो you will take actual, but rate you will take standard and actual. Now actual wages are given, actual hours are given, so you can get the actual rate. Okay, right. Same way when you do the efficiency, that time hours, standard hours minus actual hours. But when you do labor rate variance, we take actual hours. And when you do efficiency variance, we don't take actual rate, we take standard rate. Okay, I think this is simple, you can do it. My way of teaching the standard costing is little different. So if I start doing those triple column which I explained, it will take time. Okay. Next one is your marginal costing. Very simple. PV ratio is contribution by sales into 100. Break even point is sales where there is no profit or loss. Fixed cost and contribution, if they are equal, that is your break even point. Profit hai, so you have to add it, right? And what is margin of sales? Actual sales above the break even sales. This is the margin of sales where you get the profit. Till break even, there is no profit. What's the formula for break even point? Fixed cost by PV ratio. What is the formula for margin of safety? Profit by PV ratio. Because whatever profit you have earned is in the extra sales only. Clear to all of you? Chalo. So like this, you have to just apply and do it. Now see, I always say either cost sheet or this time marginal costing. One of the questions they might give you, dear students, for 14 marks. So it's your choice. If you want to do, you do. Ma'am, but 7 and 7 would be better. But trust me, dear students, this 14 marks is already having a breakup. So say this is 4 marks, this is 5 marks, this is again 5 marks. Like this, it will be having internal breakup. But where others 7 and 7 different topics are there, one from contract costing, one from standard, here you have it in the same. Okay, yeah, all of you are waiting for the MCQs that I will take last. Either I'll take first or I'll take last. So this time we are taking it last. Fixed cost is given, sales is given, profit is given. During the second half, this is first half, company has projected a loss of 10,000. Second में, ठीक है? Calculate the break-even sales and margin of safety for 6 months. Okay. So first existing PV ratio can we calculate? Yeah. existing PV ratio, contribution by sales into 100. Contribution is nothing but fixed cost. ये मालूम है ना? Sales minus variable cost is contribution. Minus fixed cost is profit. Is this mind mapping clear to you? Can I say contribution minus fixed cost is profit? So profit plus fixed cost is contribution. That's what we are doing here. Profit is 30,000. Fixed cost is 45,000. See, some problem we are doing in writing, some problem we are checking like this. If you feel no ma'am, वही वाला अच्छा था जैसे आपने contract लिख के किया, give a feedback, we'll do what is more comfortable to you, not what is comfortable to you. Huh? So fixed cost is given, your profit is given. So if you put together, you will get contribution by sales. PV ratio is 50%. Immediately, ma'am, variable cost ratio भी 50% होगा ना? हाँ. What is break-even sales for the first half? 30th of June. Break-even sales. Fixed cost by PV ratio 90,000. What is actual sales? 1,50,000. What is break-even sales? 90. So margin of safety is 60,000. Nice. Chalo. Expected sales volume for the second half of the year, assuming that PV ratio and fixed cost remains constant in the second half. Okay. Till June we have done. And they said in the second half there is a loss. So if there is a loss and fixed cost is same, PV ratio is same, can we calculate the sales? मतलब ये तो ऐसे नींद में से उठाए तो कर सकते हैं. In the second half your fixed cost is same, 45,000, but then they said there's a loss of 10,000 and your PV ratio is 50%. So 35,000 70,000. आ रहा है सबको समझ में हम क्या कर रहे हैं? फर्स्ट पार्ट में मार्जिन ऑफ सेफ्टी. ओके. फर्स्ट पार्ट इज क्लियर. ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट आ गया, मार्जिन ऑफ सेफ्टी आ गया. नाउ expected sales. So as I said, this will come to 70,000. Okay. So they have done it in the statement because they have asked income statement. No, then why they are making income statement? They have done it like this income statement में कि loss है, fixed cost तो उतना है. So they have gone reverse. I have used formula 70,000. आ रहा है या नहीं सबको? 45,000 minus 10,000 divide by, yes ma'am तो बोलो. 70,000. So you can do it in the statement form or you can use the simple formula. The reason I always teach to students the ये वाला भी बेटा क्या बोलते हैं इसको, हाँ, ये हम क्यों कर रहे हैं ना यहाँ पे, ताकि इफ इट कम्स इन एमसीक्यू इतना टाइम नहीं है कि यू विल मेक अ स्टेटमेंट. फॉर्मूला से इट कम्स इजी. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर क्लियर दैट विद स्टेटमेंट एंड विद फॉर्मूला आंसर इज कमिंग सेम एंड वी हैव अंडरस्टूड? एंड हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर मोर कंफ्यूज कि नहीं मैम वी आर यूज्ड टू स्टेटमेंट? टेल. आई फील यू शुड नो द फॉर्मूला ऑल्सो बेटर. एक ही फॉर्मूला है, फिक्स कॉस्ट प्लस प्रॉफिट. Sometimes if they ask you sales, you can twist this also. Sales को इधर लो. Expected sales is equal to fixed cost plus profit by PV ratio. Fixed cost and PV ratio is nothing but contribution by PV ratio. Are you getting? You can do juggling, but write, don't calculate in calculator. Huh? Chalo. Break-even sales and margin of safety for the whole year. Okay. Break-even sales and margin of safety for the whole year. So what is the PV ratio for the whole year? Fixed cost by PV ratio. So break-even sales for the whole year is 180. And what is actual sales in the first half? 150. Second half में what was the sales? 70. 150 and 70. Your actual sales is 220 and 180, 40,000. आ गया सबको? Easy. Please tell me, will you go for this question or not? I want to know the feedback. I mean, it's a 14 marks question divided into 3 parts. 4 mark, 5 mark, 5 mark, और कितना easy है. Like this, it is my guesswork. You can get 14 marks cost sheet, or you can get integrated ledgers and reconciliation. One question they will ask for 14 marks. If you wish, you can do, or you can leave. All clear until now? Ratios are clear. फिर से एक बार बोलो मेरे साथ. मैम हो गया ना? नहीं, अब लर्न करेंगे. PV ratio, contribution by sales. Instead of PV ratio, instead of contribution, can we write fixed cost plus profit by sales is the PV ratio? Or can we go like this? Sales is equal to fixed cost plus profit by PV ratio. If they say, मैम मेरे को 50,000 प्रॉफिट कमाना है, ठीक है, तुम्हारा फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट है 45, तुम्हारा पीवी रेशियो है, do this much sales and you will earn. If they say sales is this much, what will be the profit? I mean, say one formula, if you do it carefully, you can play with it, and in exam, whatever way they twist, you will be able to outperform. Chalo. Monthly budget for the manufacturing concern is given 60% and 100%. Oh, flexible budget question. Inspect which of the item are fixed, which are variable, which are semi-variable. I have written in my thumbnail also MTP solved with all the concept revision. तो अब हम रिवाइज करेंगे कि ये expenses में how to decide if it is a fixed cost. Fixed cost means the amount is going to be same. Like insurance is fixed cost. Depreciation is fixed cost. Clear? Clear है? Variable cost is it will change proportionately. Like 60% पे 900 है तो 100 पे कितना करके देखो. 900 into 100 divide by 60. 1500. Are you getting? Variable cost is which will change proportionately in the same proportion. होगा आपका वेरिएबल कॉस्ट. सो दिस इज वेरिएबल कॉस्ट. 60% पे 900 है, 100% पे कितना? 100 into 900 divide by 60. 1500. This is also variable cost. Maintenance and power and fuel. 60% पे 1100 है, 100% पे कितना? 60 पे 1100 है, 100 पे कितना? Are you getting or not? Ma'am, you use the same cross multiplication in the capital gain chapter, so that's your best friend. Are you getting? 60% pay consumables is 1100, 100% pay kitna? So 100 into 1100 divided by 60. No, this is not. So this is semi-variable overhead, same way this is. So first you work out in the 7 marks question. You just have to write a briefing in exam about this. Ki, okay, this is fixed cost, this is variable. How you got it is clear. Yeah. Now, can you prepare a budget at 80%? Yes. Compute the total cost, both fixed and variable at 60, 80 and 100. So in exam, you have to make triple column. 60, 80 and 100. I think your major concepts are getting revised here. मैंने percentage किया. You could have done number of units. So this is 2 per unit. Again 1000 into 2. This is 2 per unit. Say this again with me. Fixed cost is constant in total. Variable cost is constant per unit. Per unit 1.5, 1.5. Acha. Semi-variable overhead is 1100 and now it is 1500. Change in the semi-variable overhead is only due to the variable element. Take a pause and do with me. I am teaching you. Write it in your notebook. How to get the hidden secret that in semi-variable overhead, what is the variable element? So if it is 1100 and if it is 1500. What is change in cost? 400. What is change in units? 1100 था 600 यूनिट पे सेमी वेरिएबल 1500 है 1000 यूनिट यूनिट्स कितने चेंज हुए change in the semi variable overhead. See, semi variable overhead may be the fixed overhead is going to be same. I want to repeat, in semi variable overhead also fixed overhead is same. So the variable overhead is how much? 1 per unit. So can we say at 600 units, variable overhead is 600, total overhead is 1100, so fixed overhead 500 होगा. Up, I'm just into the maintenance part. ये वाला. हाँ. अब कितने यूनिट्स पे आपने कर रहे हैं? 100 यूनिट्स पे 1500 पे. So 1500 units, sorry, 1100 units. 1100 units. 1100 और 500 तो फिक्स है आपका. Maintenance. 1000 units, not 1100. 60% पे 600 units, 100% पे 1000 unit. तो आ गया ना. This is 1100. This is 1500. That's what is given. Now in between they have asked beta 80% means 800 units. So what will be variable? 800. What will be fixed? 500. What will be total? 1300. Total will be 1300. Will you get like this or not? Variable cost per unit, we got it. This is all your working note. I'll show you. They have also done the working note. Fixed overhead आ गया. अभी power and fuel. Change in the cost 400 is because the change in units same. So it is like so overly easy. Wages, consumables. Semi variable overhead में fixed कितना है? 500. Variable कितना है? 1. Power and fuel 1. और depreciation and now can you simply make 80% पे 80% पे कर सकते हैं और total भी कर लो. I don't know why they have done this separately, because actually directly you can do this triple column. ये देखो, wages are 2 per unit, number of units is given, consumables, maintenance is also having variable element, and maintenance is having fixed cost. Power and fuel is having variable and fixed, and depreciation insurance तो वैसे ही fixed है. Total cost आ गया. So this is a flexible budget wherein variable cost is fixed per unit. Fixed cost is constant in total, and semi-variable you have to bifurcate. I have made so many conceptual videos on EOQ, on this overhead, how to do it. Like, dekho beta, we are doing budgeting, but you have operating costing, you have job costing, you have basic cost sheet. Everywhere you should know how to bifurcate semi-variable overhead into variable cost and fixed cost. Clear to all of you? Right. Last now is theory, repeatedly asked questions. Still you can check. Question number 8 is theory, but in question number 7 also one part they have asked this, and another is scope and objective of the cost accounting standards. Huh? If standards are there, it will provide you a structured approach. Yeah, it will integrate, harmonize standards. It will give you a guidance, because If you follow standard, the best advantage is uniformity and consistency. And you can compute, you can compare because everyone is following the same standard. Distinguish between financial account and cost account. Write the names of any CAS. हाँ, ये मुझे लगता है थ्योरी आप कर लोगे बेटा. टाइम रेट पर आवर पे करते हैं, देन पीस रेट, guaranteed time rate, minimum उतना तो करना है. Piece rate is according to number of units produced and the differential rate. So there are different things. All right, as we has decided 1.5 hour में बिल्कुल हो जाएगा. थोड़ा सा starting में I gave you all instructions बेटा. Theory questions are repeatedly asked same, so you can revise it from the compiler also. Costing compiler. सब ऐसे ही चाहिए आपको, मतलब बहुत मेहनत लगती है, मटेरियल टाइप करवाना है, उसको अरेंज करना है. मंथ्स एंड मंथ्स आई टेक टू मेक दोस कंपाइलर. इट्स नॉट कॉपी पेस्ट. एंड सम ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स से, मैम you are तो teaching, your students are only making. It's not true. So I don't know, how do you ask everything should be given just like that? So let us go to the MCQs only. You have to write correct answer. You don't have to justify your answer. Okay. Someone who has solved the whole MTP can please write a duration here in your comment that at this time I'm starting the MCQs. So students who just want to check MCQs, मतलब सबको अपना अपना चीज मिल जाना चाहिए. Thank you in advance for that. Which standard deals with the principles? And please like, share, subscribe. Why 50% of my viewers are unsubscribed? Exam tak to kar lo, right? We are giving you so much benefit. Thoda sa aap bhi de do. Let it be two-way system. Okay. Yeah, all the classes are live, maximum, of course, but like costing practice batch is going to be in Zoom and in app. Okay. Which standard deals with the principles and methods of determining depreciation? 16. CS 16. By some way you have to remember the names now. Dash is anything for which a separate measurement of cost is required. Cost driver, cost center, cost unit, cost object. Cost object. Separate measurement is required for cost object. This is there in your initial chapter. Direct expenses will include imputed cost? No, shall not. Because imputed cost is hidden cost, implicit cost, indirect cost. It's not a part of direct. Fixed costs are treated as overhead, prime cost, period cost, or conversion cost. Period cost. Yes, right. Sales budget is a sales budget. Expenditure budget, functional budget, master budget, none. Functional budget. Sales budget is a functional budget. Which of the following situations an abnormal gain will come? Yeah, they didn't give process, but process bhi aata hai. So abnormal gain kab aata hai? When 1000 units we are putting, 900 we have produced and 200 is the normal loss, and still we have produced 900. So there's a gain. I hope you are getting. Abnormal gain is normal loss. Abnormal loss hota hai, but abnormal gain tab aayega when actual loss is less than what you have estimated. So in which of the following cases abnormal? When normal loss is equal to actual loss, actual output is greater than planned output, actual loss is more than the expected. If actual loss is 800 units and we expected is more 700, we have decided कि normal loss or expected loss will be 700, but actual loss is 800, so remaining 100 will be abnormal loss. So if you want abnormal gain, this should be reverse, right or not? Your expected loss was 900, but the actual loss is only 800, and then there is abnormal gain. when actual loss is less. Analyze it, you will get the correct answer. Absorption means charging of overhead to cost centers, charging of overhead to cost unit, charging of overhead to cost center and units, none of the above. Okay. Absorption means charging of overhead. See, this is your overhead, administrative overhead to GLA or to cost. Actually, administrative overhead is absorbed 10,000 rupees, it is incurred. But it is absorbed in the finished goods 9,000 unit, 1 per unit, pre-decided rate. So, absorption of overhead is only in units. Then under over absorption, we do. Is my explanation helpful to all of you for MCQs? Primary packing cost is a part of direct material cost or distribution overhead or your selling overhead or your production overhead. So primary packing, it is necessary. It is a part. See, you are selling oil. Can you sell loose oil? No, oil packets. But yes, 12 oil packets in a cartoon and two cartoons in a drum, those are secondary packing. But primary packing is a part of the product cost. Not selling and distribution cost, not a part of direct material. Direct material is the peanuts from which you are making oil. So oil packets ke liye, if the primary packing is the plastic packs, then it's a part of your product cost. Okay, right. अब बहुत ज्यादा easy पूछ लिया. Equivalent unit 1000, 60% is 600. Costing loss is 5,600. Administrative overhead is under absorbed. The loss as per financial books. Okay. Costing books में loss आ रहा है. See, if it is profit, we'll write on debit side. If it is loss. And administrative overhead is under absorbed. आपने तो कम absorb किए हैं 600. और absorb करते तो financial books have been, the loss will be more. Plus करके 6,200. I hope you are getting. Costing books, the loss is 5,600. Administrative overhead is come charged. That means in administrative is under absorbed. That means in financial books it is over absorbed. So there the loss would have been 600 more. So that is 6,200. See, nearby answers only. 5,600 में से 600 minus किए तो ये. फिर वही, फिर ना. All the other answers are exactly nearby answers. So you have to be very alert that you don't do mistake. Contribution is 3 lakh, sales is 15 lakh, PV ratio is 3 lakh by 15 lakhs into 100, 20% orally. इतना easy है. Ma'am, then can we start with this 30 marks? Pass तो हो जाएंगे. Yes. Yes. Itna easy hai costing, I feel, in all your 4 subjects. If you say all subjects are average, somewhere you have to score so that your aggregate marks are good. You have to do it in costing. What is labor rate variance if the standard hours are 100 units of output? For standard hours for 100 units are 400 hours. ठीक है, 400 घंटे में 100 यूनिट. मैम आप क्या कर रहे हैं पता है? यू आर पुटिंग थिंग्स इन पेपर, बट डोंट पुट दिस इन योर क्वेश्चन पेपर. आर यू ऑल गेटिंग मी? डोंट पुट दिस इन योर क्वेश्चन पेपर. यू आर नॉट अलाउड टू डू दैट. यू कैन डू इट इन योर वर्किंग. 2 per hour. ठीक है, राइट. एंड एक्चुअल आवर्स आर गिवन टू यू. What is the labor rate variance? Labor rate variance is standard hours minus actual hours and standard rate. Labor rate variance. Okay, right. So what is the standard hours and standard rate? Standard hours कितने थे? 400. एक्चुअल आवर्स कितने हैं? 380. Standard hours are 400, actual hours are 380. One minute. For actual hours, what is the standard rate? 380 into 2. 380 into 2. This will give you your standard hours. Standard hours is always calculated for actual hours, not for 400. I was saying this initially also, again we did wrong. 380 into 2. That is 760. Standard hours into standard rate is not for 400. For actual hours, you have to calculate. And now, actual hours. Into actual rate. Actual hours is 380 into 2.25. 855. Minus 760. 95 adverse is the answer. What mistake I did, I want to say again. Standard hours are not standard what they have given. For actual hours, what is the standard wages that you have to take? Okay, right. Standard cost of the material is 15,000 while the actual cost is 1200 adverse. Job costing is used in furniture making, in repairing, in printing press, in all of the above. Job costing is where each product is different. In printing press, the visiting cards. In repairing, someone wants to repair ये वो furniture. तो हर एक का अलग अलग होता है. That's what job costing is. Under Taylor's differential rate system, if a worker fails to complete the task within standard time, he is paid 83%. Standard is 83%, right? So here we have completed this. Please watch costing marathon lecture. It is also there. And costing booster notes. I have discussed around 2.5 hours, in which I have revised all the formats and formulas along with 25 pages quick material. So take a hard copy of that. Anywhere you had conflict in your mind that I did not clear your doubts, message me. I hope you all have noted down number 9290065156 is concept classes WhatsApp number. You have to click the picture, send your doubt or request us. If you are not disturbing, we'll add you in the challenges group. मेरे से ज्यादा बच्चे ही आंसर दे देते हैं. So they're all students helping each other. Or in description of video, Telegram link is there. Join that. Lot of to the point, not motivation, inspiredness from inside. Did you see how openly we have studied costing? One break even point, and I've discussed with you all the formulas. Clear? So this is the way we have to study. Wish you very all the best. Once the video is closed, live chat might vanish, but it will be a great help to me if you comment below the video, if you like, subscribe and share it with at least 5 of your friends who are struggling to solve this MTP. Even if answers are available, if you do it with a teacher, the explanation, the revision of the cost sheet, the formulas and the logic, how to distinguish the semi-variable overhead, it has become very clear now. Correct or not? Right? So all the best to all of you and we'll see you in the next session. All the best. Yeah, paper pattern, all I have discussed initially. Any doubts you have, you can say. थैंक यू मैं बोल रही हूँ थैंक यू आपसे भी चाहिए सो दैट वी आर वाइब्रेटिंग एट अ हाई एनर्जी be positive outperform don't discuss your paper with anyone at the exam center as soon as putting all your stationery into the compass box the mindset is tomorrow is which exam and how I have to prepare okay right अगर फ्रेंड्स को बुरा लग जाता है तो वो आपके फ्रेंड्स नहीं है ठीक है बाय ऑल ऑफ यू बाय ऑल द बेस्ट बेटा always